Hello and welcome to Our Year with the Ears, our daily vlog where we relive our year living in the Walt Disney World resorts in 2019. Today is day 39.
This morning we got up bright and early because we wanted to do the fun run over at Boardwalk. Now today is the day they're doing the Seaside Sprint over there. They were not doing the fun run that Yacht and Beach have today because every single resort that does a fun run does them on different days of the week. So today's the day that they're doing the fun run over there, so we decided to do it. It's $15 a person and it was a 1.4 mile run. Now it's a fun run, but you don't have to run. There's no requirement for this.
I mean, you probably should run. That's how I feel about it, but
You don't need to.
You don't have
I do
to.
a fun walk. I enjoy the journey. I take pictures along the way.
I wait for her at the finish line. Yeah.
But they did have snacks at the finish line.
They did.
So,
That's
I
why
mean,
I don't mind getting there first and just
at least
eating
you
the
have
snacks.
that. But they do try and make it official. There's a whole start line, and they give you a bib. And so they try and make it all official. There's cast members around the whole way just so you don't get lost and go the wrong direction. I really appreciate that because I tend to just get distracted. So I took pictures along the whole route, just had a very enjoyable morning. It was beautiful. There's not many people out that early in the morning. So I got a fun picture of Robert, and then I took some pictures of my actual reactions to this because I don't enjoy mornings. I don't enjoy running. And so I'm out there and I'm there to have fun and I'm there to get the prize. But that's about it because I don't do fun runs.
And I will say the prize for this fun run was
so
totally
cool.
worth it. So one thing you get is the bottom of your bib, you can detach the coupon there for a Goofy Glacier, the slushies they have there at the gift shop there on the boardwalk. Of course, they do have food coloring in them, so Alyssa can't have one, which means I get 2 slushies.
I have two slushies.
Now I have 2 slushies. That's, yeah. Our Studio C references never end. But the other part of the prize that Alyssa could have was the pin. They do have a pin trading collectible pin that you get for doing the fun run. You don't have to complete it in a certain amount of time. It's just when you cross the finish line eventually.
I'm pretty sure I was last.
I think you're normally
sure I
last for the
was.
fun runs. But you still get the prize. That's all that matters. So the pin is actually a little horse on the boardwalk there, and it's on a spring. So when you flick it, it bounces back and forth up and down.
It was super cool. When they handed it to us, it was like, oh, that's really awesome. They're like, it moves. Like, what do you mean it moves? If there's something on it, it shouldn't be moving. It's supposed to be stuck to it. She's like, no, it's on a spring. So we opened it up because it was all packaged up, and sure enough, it was on a spring, and it looks like it's running. It was the coolest thing. I was like, okay, that was worth it. That was worth getting up for this morning. Again, I'm not a morning person. I will stay up all night long to get stuff done. I just don't enjoy mornings. But thankfully, again, we're staying club level at Yacht Club, which means we walked our little selves back over to Yacht Club and got some breakfast because we were very hungry.
And they did give snacks at the end of the fun run. They had some bananas and some granola bars and stuff. But they also had real food over at Yacht Club in the club lounge, so we wanted to make sure we took advantage of that. So after breakfast, we headed back to the room to shower and get ready for the day. While Alyssa was still getting ready, I went ahead and did a little bit of work to kind of wrap up some things with a couple clients I was working with. And then we headed back down to the lounge there at the Yacht Club level because we were getting ready to go to Epcot. And we wanted to make sure we grabbed some lunch right before we left so we weren't super hungry because it was still Festival of the Arts. And we didn't want to be tempted to eat our way around the world when that wasn't the purpose of us going today. So we went ahead and got a few snacks from the lunch there. We also took a picture of the kids area because we didn't really notice this before, but there's a little kids area off to the side that has these little bitty chairs and a TV that plays Disney Junior basically all day.
So after grabbing those snacks, we did walk over to Epcot from Yacht Club because it's not a super long walk and then you're right in the countries. We started walking over towards America, and that's when we got to see a surprise meet and greet with some characters. This was super fun. We got to see Mr. Smee, Goofy, Rafiki, and they were just out there hanging out, saying hi to people. And so we went live so we could show these characters that were just out there taking pictures, having a good time. We love those surprise experiences because they're so unexpected. A lot of times you plan so much in your day that those surprise elements don't really happen as often. And so when things like that happen, you're like, oh my goodness, I got to see a character today. I got to take a picture. After that, we did meet up with a friend. We had a really nice conversation. She was actually working on doing a small article about our story, living in the Disney resorts. So we chatted for a little while and then decided that we should commemorate by having a snack because, I mean, that's just what you do when you're at Disney World. You have a Disney snack.
You share food. That's the rule.
So we ended up getting a dessert that I actually couldn't eat, but it was beautiful and worth taking pictures of.
Yeah,
so I was okay with it.
We had to have the Instagram pictures of it.
I
and
know.
I had someone that I could share it with, so I didn't feel as bad about eating so much sugar all the time. So we went over to the Land, and Sunshine Seasons down there, they had a seasonal dessert. It was basically a Festival of the Arts inspired cupcake or cake. It was this little cake with a little artist brush on there and paint drizzled all over it. Of course, that paint was food coloring, which Alyssa can't have. And in the middle of the cake was rainbow colored, multicolored tie-dye cake as well.
It was beautiful. It was
really
beautiful.
pretty and absolutely something Alyssa cannot eat. But it was peanut butter flavored buttercream on the outside, which was very surprising. I was not ready for that, but it was really good. I really, really like this cake. This was probably one of my favorite desserts from the Festival of the Arts, outside of maybe the drinking chocolate flight that we had in America that was so good, and maybe one or two other small things.
But after this, we were actually hungry for real food. I had not eaten the snack at all, and while he had a nice treat, it was just a treat. It was not actually food. Because of where we were in the countries, we didn't feel like we should walk back to Yacht Club to get dinner. We knew we would get there right before the end of dinner. We weren't sure how much food they would have left, so we didn't want to walk all the way there just to find out that there wasn't much there. So we opted to get a few snacks in the countries. Again, it's a good festival. There are snacks everywhere. So we had some options, got some ribs and a couple other things, and then we headed to our favorite part of Festival of the Arts, the Disney on Broadway Concert
Yep.
Series.
That was the one reason that we didn't want to go back to Yacht Club, besides not having food, was if we go back, do we make it back in time for the Disney on Broadway Concert Series? Because
We don't wanna miss
I don't
it.
want to miss that one. Like, we really, really loved the concert series, and the line was already formed way earlier in the day at like 4:15 or so for the 5
was
o'clock show.
crazy.
So we were kind of worried, like, are we going to be able to get in there and see them? So we didn't want to take a chance and leave and not be able to get into the theater. So we went ahead and got in line to get a spot for the show, which tonight was Heidi Blickenstaff and Gavin Lee. And they were a really fun duo.
They were super energetic. They were fun. They sang some songs I actually had never heard before from the Freaky Friday musical, and I fell in love with the songs. I actually listen to them all the time now. They were just a really fun, dynamic duo together. They totally played off each other's energy. They were all over the place. It was great.
And of course, while Alyssa was taking pictures, I did go live on Facebook with that. So I have the full concert, and we'll let you have a little sneak peek of it.
Please welcome the stars of Disney on Broadway's Freaky Friday and Mary Poppins, Heidi Blickenstaff and Gavin Lee.
Zip, zap, zap, flap like a mop, scoot around the corner. Moving to the grooves of the music. To the bop, 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 to the top. Don't ever stop. Up through the atmosphere. Up where the air is clear. Oh, let's go. Fly a kite. Oh, it's a jolly holiday with Mary. No wonder that it's Mary that will out. Oh, it's a jolly holiday with you, Bert. Gentlemen like you are few. Well, thank you very much. Kick-kitties up, step in time. Kick-kitties up, step in time. Never need a reason, never need a rhyme. Kick-kitties up, step in time. Come on, you poor boys, and it's all. Go ahead and make your choice. I'm a very busy woman and I haven't got all day. It won't cost much, well, just your voice.
Heidi, take my knife. I simply have to dance.
Let me best my Gavin. you.
It's been a long, tough time for us. Now it's time to hear some laughter. 'Cause I only want her happy and well punctual and clean. But she mumbles and she grumbles and at times she's outright mean. She's bright and so insightful, but those traits aren't on display. Well, not lately, often, ever, not today. If you have to fight, then fight, and I'll be the first to cheer. No more waiting, no more hiding. Are we clear? No more fear. No more
Say, ain't it great to know that somebody's got your...
Ain't it great to know that somebody's got your... Ain't it great to know somebody's got your...
I got your back.
And even though the quality is a little bit lower from being on Facebook Live, you can watch the entire thing if you'd like. We'll put a link to that down in the description below. So after that concert was over, we tried to hurry back to Yacht Club and make it back before dessert was over because we wanted to have some desserts. Unfortunately, we did not make it back for dessert. It was already shut down. They'd already cleaned it all out. However, there is a silver lining because they do have the freezer with the ice cream and it is there 24/7 and they don't lock it or anything like that. So we're able to get a couple ice cream cups and head back to our room, just talking about the concert we just saw and enjoying, just chatting about that and remembering some of the songs. And of course, we'd already started looking up some of the songs on YouTube so we could listen to them again because they were really good.
It was just a lot of fun. It was a really good way to end the night. We got to see the Disney on Broadway Concert Series, which we loved. And so, of course, talking about it together, sitting out on our balcony, eating our individual Edie's ice creams. It was just the best way to end the evening. We loved it. And that was the end of our night, just sitting out there talking on the balcony together. So we'll see you tomorrow.
For our Year with the Ears.